Welcome to today's stream. It's been a while. I actually wanted to stream on, I don't think I streamed on Friday. I did not stream on Friday. I wanted to stream yesterday, but I kind of just hesitated to, you know. So yeah, but we're here. So of course, with the title of the stream, just gonna be going through the London kill zone. Yeah, London session kill zone. There's obviously author, it's Michael ICT himself, which you can actually go through his course. You know, that's where I learned everything that I'm trading on this lives or whatever. How I trade, that's where I learned from Michael himself. Not anybody else, just Michael himself. So ICT himself. So that's where I learned ICT. So yeah. So the London kill zone, of course, what we'll be focusing on is the London session. Of course, today I'm just gonna go through the London, and then probably by tomorrow I'll go through the New York session kill zone. But for today's is just going through the London kill zone. You know, how do you trade the London session using the ICT model, you know. So yeah, before we get into that, So yeah, the London kill zone. This is honestly like my favorite. Besides the New York, it's my favorite session to trade. Mainly because, like, you know, there isn't really crazy volatility, and then for you to get like a very low risk trade, it's common to get, like, you know, very low risk trade, you know, risk less, and then, you know, aiming about, you know, 25 to 50 pips. So the London is always the best session for me to actually start trading, especially during the day. I mean, especially when I just woke up, you know, the London session is always like the best to trade, find like a low risk trade on there. So yeah, with that being said, I just want to go through the dollar index just to see what's happening before I go through the London session kill zone. So last week, obviously, if you are joining if you joined the live stream, you know, you'd see that I was actually expecting this sell side to be pledged, and that's exactly what we did. Sell side was pledged, and then now we kept going higher. I was expecting this new week opening gap and the buy side to be taken out. That's what I was actually expecting from the DXY, and we did exactly that. We went, after we took out that sell side, we went for the new week opening gap and the buy side, we took it out, and then as you can see, after we took buy side liquidity, prices actually started, you know, playing reversing to the downside. And then as you can see here, we have this order block here, we have this order block. Price came into the order block and then reversed up a bit, and then as you can see, we broke below the order block and then went back again to use it as like a breaker, bearish breaker block. Also considering the fact that we also have this CB here, the fair value gap. So price dipped in about 70% or 80%, whatever, and then we dipped down below into this BC right here. We dipped down into that BC here. So yeah, I still expect prices to actually hold from this bearish breakup block here, and also hold off this BC, this CB, I'm sorry, to hold off this BC here, the CB, I mean, I keep saying BC, I always do that, I don't know why, just, you know, they all sound the same. So but yeah, that fair value gap, I'm hoping prices actually hold this order block here and the fair value gap, and then just keep tanking below. So that's what I'm expecting from the dollar index right now, you know. So yeah, and then with that being said, just gonna dive down into the London kill zone. So normally the London session, this is how I draw down my sessions, you know. My London session starts from midnight until 7 a.m. So that's like midnight price, from there until, yes, midnight until 7. Yes, so that right there, that's a London session for me, you know. Here, right here, it's a London session for me. So I'm gonna mark out all the London session where I can continue this 2 London session. Yesterday, Monday's London session, and today's London session. So I'm just gonna mark those, and there we go. And then Having that, excuse me. Oh yeah, the sinuses got me. The sinuses got me right now. But yeah, so that's my London session. That's how I mark my my London session. And then I'm just gonna do this and then call it no, the London session. Right, that's my London session, and then I'm just gonna duplicate it this side, you know. So those are my London sessions. How do I trade those London sessions? Well, I'm still gonna divide those London session. If you wanna find the London kill zone, the London kill zone is from 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. So just gonna do that there. Let's turn this one red, you know, because it's the kill zone, you know. So I'm gonna turn the opacity a bit down, and then the next one is up until 5. So that's the London kill zone. That's where you actually wanna look for trades in, you know, in between this area here. That's when you'll wanna look for trades. So with that being said, let me just do this. That's the London kill zone. You know, this is the London kill zone. Let me put the it's 2 a.m. Yo, Ajani, what's up? Good, man. How are you? What's good? Let me make it smaller. And you should keep in mind that this the time that I'm using is New York. So do yourself a favor, switch your MetaTrader into New York time. I'll just show you that in a minute. Midnight to 7 a.m. So always make sure that your time is at New York, because you're gonna confuse. Not doing bad, bro. Glad, man, that you're good. Glad that you're good. Welcome to the live stream, man. I'll be going through the London session, London kill zone. You know how to trade how I typically trade the London session. And if you have any questions, man, feel free to actually ask as I go through this. So yeah, always make sure that your time is always set to New York, or else you're just gonna confuse yourself, because you have to convert the times and all that. Sounds like work, you know, always sounds like work to actually do that. So always make sure that you convert them into New York time. So with that being said, this is my London session cut out, and then that's the London kill zone. So what does a London kill zone mean? Is that's when I'll be looking forward to take trades, you know. Let me drag this down a little bit. That's when I'll be looking forward to take trades. And then Yeah, so normally technically the London session always creates like the low of the day or the high of the day, especially if we are on an uptrend. If you're on an uptrend, it normally creates like the low of the day, you know. So if we're going up, if the market is going up, excuse me, sinuses, man, but bear with me. So if we're on an uptrend like this, right, normally the market would create like the low of the day before the London session will create the low of the day. So with that being said, as you can see here, London low was created here, right? London low was created there. Let me put it below. So London low was created, you know, London low was created, and then I call that the turtle soup, you know. It's the turtle soup. So with this Asia, we have this Asia range here, and then when it came to London, we dipped up a bit and then we turtle souped below, you know. And then how do I trade this? How do I take trades? Well, normally I'll just look for like an efficiency on a higher time frame, you know, and then see where price would actually turtle soup into, you know. So in this case, we have this fair value gap here, which we turtle souped into that fair value gap. This is where I'll be looking for to execute. Look for that turtle soup to take people out, everybody who tried to buy in this Asia range and hoping it'll, you know, break to the upside, maybe take out that buy side liquidity. The price, as you can see, the price turtle souped into this BC right here. Let me just name that. As you can see, price turtle souped into that BC and gave us higher prices. So that's the trade that I'll normally look for. If you're in an uptrend, I'll wait for London to give us a low of the day, and then as you can see, price did. Let me go to a 5-minute. You know, this was yesterday's price. This was yesterday's price. So as you can see, price during the kill zone, we first took this buy side here, you know. We first took that buy side and then we turtle souped into that 15-minute BC, creating a London low. That's where you actually look for a trade, you know. If you want to take a trade, that's where you're gonna look for that trade, and then targeting around 25 to 50 pips. Normally it's a good the London session always offer from 25 to 50 pips entries most of the time. So you can just target, if you wanted to take that trade, you could have maybe targeted that buy side there, you know. Just mark out that buy side, and then could have taken it maybe on this buy side here, which is like around what, 17 pips. That would probably be the first partial, and then SL obviously just place it below. Let's go to the 15-minute and look at a reasonable place to actually place your SL. I'm trying to drag this thing. And then, so that would typically be like you can just have it, because you also have this order block below here, so you can just have your SL just right below there, you know, or all the way down. If you could hold the SL to this low, you know, which would be, if you're trying to play it safe, you can have your SL below that low, which is like 14 pips, so which is still manageable. So you can have your SL there, and then TP you can aim to get that buy side liquidity. So that's how you trade the London kill zone. And then what was the SL? Yeah, this was yesterday. I'm just going through the how to trade the London kill zone. So this wasn't like a trade that was taken or anything. I'm just explaining the London kill zone, how to trade the London session. So yeah, you can have your SL just below there, which is like around 17 pips, which is like a good SL. And then as you can see, during the kill zone, we're total souped into a 15-minute BC, and then that's when you can take your buys to the upside, to that buy side liquidity. So that's how I would trade the London kill zone, just looking at entries in this let me just hide this. Looking for entries in this red zone here, which is the London kill zone, which is like the 2 a.m. to the 5 p.m. That's the London silver bullet, as Michael calls them. It's the London silver bullet. I like to believe so. London silver bullet, which is the London kill zone, is the same thing. I like to believe so. So yeah, that's how I trade the London kill zone. And then going to today's price and how the London, how the London moved today. As you can see, from midnight we've been going exactly after the Asia closed, and then London open, we started going for higher prices. It just started tanking up to the upside. So just Zukani, should I start over? Alright, no stress, I can do that, man. So as I was saying, is that let me just structuring how always make sure, I don't know, it doesn't matter where you're from, it's always, especially if you're using the ICT, so you don't get confused with the times and all that. Always make sure that you turn your time zone to the New York time zone, so you don't confuse the time, because every time that you have to do the times, you have to like convert into like SA, and then whenever they have the power daylight saving, you will be an hour behind or an hour ahead, I don't know. But it's always make sure that you have your New York time zone set on your MetaTrader, so you don't get mixed up with the time. So with that being said, my London session is marked from the midnight price, which is 12 to 7. That's my London session. That's how I mark my London session. And then with the kill zone, which is the silver bullet, I call it the silver bullet. Michael calls it the silver bullet. It's from 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. So this is the London session from here to here. And then this is the kill zone from here to here, 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. So with that being said, the London session mostly creates, if we are in an uptrend, London session always gives us, sometimes, not all the time, it generally just gives out like the low of the day. And then if we're in a downtrend, it's gonna give us like the high of the day in most cases. So with that being said, as you can see, as the London kicked in, we started consolidating, and as soon as we hit the silver bullet, the kill zone, we took out the buy side. Let me go to a 5-minute. So as soon as we hit the London session, and then when we hit the kill zone, we took out buy side, and then we started falling. I'll call this the turtle soup. I call this the turtle soup. So how do you trade this? you always look for a higher time frame PDRA. Your inefficiency can be your order block or a fair value gap. So as you can see, price total souped down. This is what you're looking for. This is the low of the day. It created, this is the London low, which was the low of the day. As I said, London generally creates the low of the day if it's an uptrend, and if it's a downtrend, it will give us the high of the day. So on the 15-minute, we have a fair value gap where the price actually total souped. So as you can see, price actually total souped into that fair value gap, and which is a BC, a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. We total souped into that BC, and this is where you'll actually consider taking a trade to buy. We are in the kill zone. It's a nice entry to take, and then as I demonstrated, if you wanted to take a buy there, a long, you can take a long, maybe at the consequent encouragement, which is the 50% of this BC, of this 15-minute BC. And then you can have your SL, if you can afford to have an SL below this low, which is like around 17 pips, which is nothing if you're using a proper risk management, and then targeting around 47 pips, which is like the buy side. And always look for, especially when trading, because this is like a scalp. If you're using the kill zone, the silver bullet, it's like a quick scalp for the London session. You're not really looking for, unless you're looking for like a swing trade to hold for the next 2 days or whatever. But if you just want to use this kill zone entry, always look for 25 to 50 pips. So yeah, during the London session, kill zone, it's always guaranteed. When you get like a setup like this, 25 to 50 pips is always guaranteed. So not entirely, but you know, you should always look for those numbers. So that will be a nice entry. We'll get that OTE, the optimal trade entry, which is what the London kill zone normally offers. It typically offers an OTE, which is the optimal trade entry, you know, cause it total soups, or it gives you a Judas swing to the upside, and then you sell it off there. So if price actually, instead of taking us low, and price took us higher, this is where you'll be looking for sells using this fair value gap there, and then look forward to actually sell off from there to take out the sell side liquidity. But as you can see, price total soup lower, going into that BC, giving you that optimal trade entry, obviously, which is like below the 50%, you know, which is around the 25% or 75% the other way around, of course. Yeah, so that's like you know, a discounted at a discounted area to actually buy off from that. And as you can see, price, we got like a nice buy to the upside after that. So now you got your nice nice 47 pips to the upside to take out that buy side liquidity. And then with London low being the low of that day, so we haven't even taken out that London high. And then as you can see, obviously looking at from this, just using this data, we are typically just on a high time, I mean on an uptrend right now, just using this data, obviously not looking at a higher time frame. But with what's been happening right now, we have this lower low, this higher low, and then creating more higher highs, and then lower low, I mean a higher low, you know, typically it's just giving us an uptrend. So that was yesterday's silver bullet, which is the kill zone. How I could have traded it from, if I wanted to trade it yesterday, which I did not trade yesterday. It's the reason why I didn't even go live. I wanted to go live, but I did not. So you get it now. That's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool. So going into today's price, So here we have the London session, as you can see. I have the London session. Let me copy that. Unlock. When did I lock that? And then I want that kill zone. Wait a minute. Midnight. Let me go to 5. Just trying to put this. And then this is where the kill zone starts. Yeah, it's actually a good idea, because you should understand that the kill zone, the London kill zone, offers you low risk trade, and it also gives you like the overall trend for the day. That's when, if you want to find like the foundation of like, you know, where are we going for the rest of the day, it starts with the London session. So obviously if you want to just trade that, it's actually not a bad idea, to be honest. I would also consider that, but I also like the New York session. I like the volatility, you know, it makes sense. Like if you can master the London session, the New York is nothing. So yeah, you can start with the London and see, you know, get comfortable with it, get familiar with the London kill zone, and then, you know, everything else, man, it'll be easy to trade. It'll be easy to trade. So yeah, man, it's a good idea. I would suggest you do that. Stick with the London session. Okay. Wait a minute. Why is it small? This is from 2 until... Okay, this one is small. Sorry about that. At what time does the London kill zone time stops? South African time. See, gonna have to do some conversion. That's why I just stick to the New York, because I know it'll stop at 5 a.m. But let's just see, convert it back to South African time and see where, at what time, because I normally don't, it's 11. It's the 11 a.m. South African time. So 11 a.m. South African time, that's when it stops. And then obviously it's gonna start at 8. Yeah, start at 8 a.m. South African time. But I don't want to confuse myself at times. I know that normally by 7 I'm already on my charts, you know, half 7 I'm already on my charts. So I know that that's when I start my London session. It started at 8. Where's New York? So yeah. So I always try to get used to the New York times, because everything just makes sense when I use New York times than SA times. Especially with New York, trading the New York session, you're gonna get lost when there's the daylight saving, where they adjust that 1 hour. So that's when sometimes it switches from, when they say like, especially trading indices, the London session, the New York session hits at 3:30, and then all of a sudden now it starts at 4:30. So it's that daylight saving. When it kicks in, you're gonna get confused. You're gonna be trading at the wrong time. So now here, this is today's London session. As you can see, as during the Asia, we started going lower, creating lower prices, and then as soon as the London hits, we started going for higher prices. Away, man. You're welcome, Doc. You're welcome. And then as soon as the London session kill zone hit, or just the London session itself, we started going higher, creating higher prices and all that. So yeah, gotta back test, dog. Back test. Get familiar with the London kill zone, or as I call it, the London silver bullet. So yeah, better back test. So with that being said, here London kill zone, we created a high of the day. As you can see, we've been going higher, and then we created this London high here. We got this London high here. Let me move this. What is happening? And then I got that there. And then we have this London high with turtle souped. As you can see, let's see if we actually created a London high into something. And then obviously going into a higher time frame, we have that buy side liquidity there. But as you can see, as we created the London high, we dipped, for surely dipped into this H1, in this H1 BC here. CB, not BC. We dipped into that H1 CB. So London high, probably this is probably the high of the day. We're just gonna keep going lower to take out the London low. So as you can see, we turtle souped. Is it turtle soup? Yeah, turtle soup, or we had a Judah swing into that BC right there, and then that's when you'll actually consider taking a short trade. But that happened right after the kill zone stopped, 5 a.m. But you know, most people will probably have taken the trade here, but as you can see, we kept going up. But I wouldn't see a reason why you'd actually want to sell there when there's that H1 BC there. So I'll probably wait for that H1 CB fair value gap to actually sell it off from there. So as you can see, we went all the way, covered it, rebalanced it, and then we kept going lower. So a trade you probably want to take is at the consequent encouragement of that, and then have your SL just right above the CB itself, which is around how many pips? It is around 10 pips. So you can have your SL above that BC, I mean the CB, and then you can target London low, which is right there. So targeting London low. I don't know why it is saved low. So yeah, targeting London low if you want to just hold it for the rest of the New York session, for the rest of the London and New York. As I said, if you're on a downtrend or whatever, London normally makes the high of the day if we planning to go lower, and then if you're planning to go higher, London session will make the low of the day. So as you can see here, we created London high, created the high. I'm hoping this will be the London high, the high of the day, and then now we're gonna target the London high, the London low. Sorry, I kept rambling, guys. Don't bear with me. So if I had to take the trade, this will be the trade. But like I said, always aim for 25 to 50 pips. So I'll be taking partial. I would have taken partials right now, probably took out 70% of my trade and let the rest running. So if I were to take this trade, this is where I will probably be getting off, and it's probably like a higher time frame PDRA. There's that BC just below it, so that's when I'll actually be taking my trades and just maybe leave runners. So that's how you would trade the London session. And then yeah, so as you can see, let me just take that one back long. As you can see here, these are two good examples back to back. If you're just trading Euro USD every day during the London session, you'd have caught, 47 pips here, and today 52 pips, and then that's a good trade. You have two successful two successful days of trading. Price here with the London session created a low, and then taking that as a low of the day because we turtle souped into this BC, and then we bought until buy side liquidity. London session created a low of the day. Next day, London session went up. As soon as the London session hit, we started creating higher prices, went up, creating that London high there, making it, hopefully it'll probably be like the high of the day, which we Judas swing into the 1 hour CB on a higher time frame. That's why you sell it off from there. So yeah, that's how you trade the London session. That is how you trade the London session. That's how I would trade the London session. So if you guys have any questions, maybe I didn't make anything clear there, feel free to actually just ask me questions right now. Anything, I can get to it before I can move on to something else. So yeah, that's another nice way to trade the London session. As you can see right now, we're just tanking lower. Wait, man, I'm glad everything makes sense. I'm glad everything makes sense, man. So yeah, and then that's another way to trade the London session. If you just want to keep it simple, I'd suggest, just always look for the same thing. Always look for that, because I got to a point where I started involving a lot of things at the same time, because I would use this, and then I'll have like a successful I'll have a successful week or whatever. Like everything will make sense. And then when I start to implement a lot of things, when I start to put macros, the what do they call them? Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. What do they call them? I forgot what they call them. And then when I started like implementing a lot of things into one, and then I'll lose touch. And then all of a sudden I'm looking for too many things, and then just like that you're gonna lose it. So it's always best to focus on one thing until you master it, and then maybe you can try to implement something that can help you improve. And then if you feel like it's not working, just stop using it and stick to what works. Always stick to what works, because that's the main aim. Always sticking to what works. So yeah, obviously if trade taken there, London low will be the target. So yeah, obviously using the Euro USD, and because these are the two, Euro USD and the GBP USD. These are the two pairs that I always look for in the London session. I don't look at anything else, just the EURUSD, the pound U, and the EU. That's the two, only those, because they typically move the same, and sometimes you'll find out that a setup doesn't make sense on EU, but it makes sense on the GU. So that's how I use it. And then as you can see here, we have that buy side taken out, and then we also have this H4 CB. Let's go to the H1 to see if a setup, see, as you can see, it wouldn't actually make sense to take this GU as it was on the EURUSD. It made more sense on the EURUSD than the GBPUSD. So yeah, was losing trades also because I would find myself on the wrong side of the market, because I was following the London kill zone technical and not considering the market structure and flow, and it beat you. Yeah, just, it's always important to get directional bias, you know. Now you just want to keep it simple and follow the structure. Yeah, just keep it simple, man, and follow what the market tells you. Follow what the market tells you, because like I said, if you master the London session, the New York session won't be a problem, because the London session, that's where you get your high of the day or the low of the day. And once you can find the low of the day during the London session, you know where we're going with the New York session. For the rest of the day, you know exactly where the market is going. So once you learn how to do that, because we're always just fighting for directional bias, because you can be the best trader, know the best setup, know exactly when to enter, but if you fail to get directional bias for the day, you are fucked. Like, technically you're fucked, because you can take a trade and it doesn't go your way because you just messed up the directional bias. So if you can find that directional bias, it doesn't matter how you take the trade, you're gonna have a winning streak, you know. If you use a proper risk management, you can literally, like, if I know how to what is this, if I knew how to determine directional bias but I suck at entry, what I'll do is that as soon as the London session hits, I'll just sell. If I'm expecting price to sell, I'll just sell, have my SL way up, knowing very well that, okay, we're gonna have a what is this, a downtrend today. I'm just gonna sell. Chances of me making money are very high, because getting the directional bias is just clutch, man. It's just clutch. So if you can understand the London session, you're good. You're good. So keeping it simple is the key. It's the key. So I believe something happened here on the gbpusd. Just mark out London session there. That's 2 a.m., 5, and then until 7 a.m. And then obviously, let me just mark this one as white. No, mark this one's, what am I doing? Mark these ones white, and then we have the London session and the kill zone. And as you can see, with the kill zone, we went up a bit, and most of the time I try to scalp the turtle soup. No, as we go up here, we can find like an entry there and try to sell it off, you know, and try to sell it off. As you can see there, we have this CB fair value gap, and then that can be a quick scalp to the downside. So once you have that, once in the kill zone, as you can see, price ran up and then started reversing, and then you can have like your TP on this low here. Let me just see. Short, you can just short it there. SL just right. As you can see, it's a very low risk trade. 10 pips as a stop there. That will be dope. And then you can target that low or just target for 25 pips or 30 pips. As I said, between 25 pips and 50 pips. But always make sure when you go into 25 pips more than that, always take your profits and take push outs and lock profits. And as you can see, we did turtle soup lower again, which will probably turtle soup into like a higher time frame PD array, which we did. I would probably use this, you know, which we closed below, so it didn't look cleaner. Like I said, it's always best to analyze the two gbpusd and eurusd, because here it didn't make sense. The only trade that made sense was the sell from that fair value gap there, from that CB. So probably look for a nice sell there, catch that 30 pips, and then on the eurusd, only the buy actually made sense, you know. As you can see, let me go to 15 minutes. When the gbpusd went up, turtle soup into that. Let me use two screens, so screen, so it can easily be explained. And then I'm gonna do is view. And then the eurusd. Okay, I'm just waiting for this one to load so I can show you why it is important to consider them both, you know, just to get an idea on which one is stronger, which one is weaker, which one is best to take at the moment, you know. So that's how I use them, just like using a NAS and S&P 500, you know. Just look at that SMT divergence and look at which one is weaker and which one is stronger, which one is best to take at the moment. So yeah, that's how I use the eurusd and the gbpusd. So as you can see, when the gbpusd turtle souped, took out this high here, turtle souped, or gave us a Judas swing into that CB there, the fair value gap, to give us a nice confirm to sell. The eurusd, as you can see, it failed to actually take it or spike up as into this fair value gap here as the gbpusd did. So you know you wouldn't want to sell this eurusd. You just wanted to actually give you a Judas swing where you can actually take it from, and then which is this BC here. We went into that BC, that's when you consider the buy. But looking at this gbpusd, the BC, that 30-minute BC wasn't clear enough, and then we closed below. It actually closed below that BC, so you wouldn't want to trust that. You don't want to, you want to take the one that actually confirms nicely, which is the eurusd, and then buy it off from there. So obviously you would want to sell this here until here and then buy that, you know. So that's how I'd want to use those. That's how I'd want to use the eurusd, just to see which one plays out nicely at the time, which one confirms better than the other, to consider taking a trade from them. So that's how I would use. And then as you can see, that EURUSD there, that sell is playing out nicely. Now we're going for that London high. I'm like, we gotta take out the London high. We created a London low. I'm sorry. We gotta take out that London low. We created a London high, a London high. Now we gotta go for that London low. So yeah. So that's technically how you trade the London silver bullet or the London kill zone. Tomorrow I might expect a buy on EU since we didn't tap into that imbalance before going up. Imbalance on from which time frame? Imbalance from which time frame? Which imbalance? I'm trying to find. That wasn't printed yesterday. I don't know. I don't see the. You mean the volume imbalance, right? Because you remember some brokers don't really have. So I'm not quite sure which imbalance to. Can you point out the time and date? Like if maybe the candlestick is on like Friday 27, October 23, 9. Just point that out for me so I can know exactly where I'm looking. If it's like a Monday, Monday 4:30 a.m. Just point out the candlesticks date and time so I can. Yesterday around 6 a.m. I'm guessing it's New York time because I'm using New York time, unless you're using South African time. New York or South African time? New York or South African time? Let me just, this is soon. Exactly. Around I'm guessing you're talking about this. Is this what you're talking about? That favorably gap, which is what you said from 4. Let me go to the H1. I'm guessing you're talking about that one. Is this the one? You're expecting price to go here and then push higher. Is that what you're saying? Because you said might expect a buy on EU since we didn't tap into that imbalance before going up. So you're saying this, since price didn't fully tap into the imbalance, you're expecting here, you're expecting it to actually just, and then give us higher prices from there. Yeah, at least 50% of that I want it to be filled, and there is an order block below it, also push it. Yeah. Also have this bullish order block. So if price come and respect half of it, 50% of this, which would be this bullish order block here. So yeah, if you can just tap into that and then give us higher prices from there. So yeah, that can happen. It can happen because if you take out this low and then possibly take out this, you might be looking at a market structure shift now to the downside. But if it comes in here and give us higher prices, starts rejecting from there, you might be looking for to take out that buy side liquidity there, since it just went and kissed it. So yeah man, coming right back. I'll target higher prices to take today's high in H4 week high. Wait, what? I'll target prices to take today's high. Oh, from, oh yeah, to buy it from there. Oh yeah. Today's high and H4. Yeah, because that's H4 week high, I'm guessing, and then which is today's high. So yeah, I'm guessing you'd wanna buy it off from there to target that. Yeah, if you can hold it off, swing trade it until there, then that's dope. If you can swing trade it and hold it. If you can swing trade it there. And then yeah. Let's go to the dollar index. It's been a while. And then, as I said in the beginning of this live stream, those who were here, I think Ajani was here. Ajani, are you still here? I don't know, you were here on last time's stream. When was it? Last week? Yeah, because I streamed almost the whole week last week, but I didn't think I streamed on Friday. So yeah, I expected price to take out this sell side, which we did. Took it out. I was actually expecting like price to come back and retest that market structure shift. I think that was like was it an H1? I think it was like a H1 market structure shift. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, let me just go to H1. Yeah, come back, retested, but just kept shooting up. I expected price actually break through this new week opening gap and take out the buy side liquidity, which it did that. And then, as you can see, after that it just kept going lower and lower, and then going on a higher time frame, we had that fair value gap there, that CB. Price broke below, taking out, also using this order block here, using that order block there, price came in, try to respect it. As you can see, you try to push higher, and then we failed, broke below, and then we went down. As you can see, it also took out the sell side here, and then we went back up to use it as a bearish breakup block, and also considering the fact that we were in this CB here, so it's like a double inefficiency. We're in a double inefficiency, and then prices dropped from there, from that CB to here. And as you can see, now we're rejecting off of it, going back into that CB there. So yeah, so that's how the dollar index is going right now. What do I expect from it? Honestly, I'm still expecting buy side to be swept again. Since we took out this buy side, I'm expecting that one to be taken out. You know, I'm expecting that one to be taken out. So I expected to reject off of this. Probably was rejecting off of this BC here. We're probably just rejecting off of this BC to give us higher prices and go to take out that buy side. So that's what I'm expecting on the dollar index right now. Give us higher prices. So yeah, let's just see. Favorably here, better BC. This is a breakup block which just played out for a few pips, and then NAS, it's still dancing in that new day opening gap. We have the new day opening gap. Wait, is the this is the Wednesday's new week opening gap, not last week's new day opening gap. And then now we have this new week opening gap right here. Let me go to 15 minutes. Where did we close? Right there. Same. And then yeah, as you can see, price is just rejecting off of this new day opening gap. And then now we tapped into that probably like 40% of this new week opening gap. And then yeah, we haven't taken out buy side, we haven't taken out sell side. I'm guessing now, since we're closer to sell side, we're just gonna sweep. Let me just take this out. Probably just gonna sweep the sell side and the sell side before we actually go push for higher prices. Have that sell side liquidity. So since we haven't taken out that buy, and then on a closer to the sell side, so I'm guessing we're just gonna take out the sell side. Hopefully it's gonna take this sell side before we actually might maybe push for higher prices, but might just reject off of this new day opening gap and then just keep giving us lower prices, take our sell side, take our sell side. That might be the case. So with NAS, pretty unsure, but we're just gonna see how it actually plays out. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep this here, and I will just gonna keep that there. So far, as you can see, price is a little bit struggling to take out that sell side liquidity, which is the London low, but I can bet we're gonna take it out one way or another. So yeah, on today's live stream, we're just going through the London, silver bullet, how to trade the London silver bullet and all that. So yeah, that was just the lesson for today. And yeah, I hope y'all, as you can see here, also now as we take out the sell side liquidity and then we spiked up. Now we're currently in a 15 minutes bearish order block. We're in that order block, took out sell side, and then we're in an order block. Now the question is, are we gonna go down and take out this sell side liquidity, or are we gonna go down and take out this sell side liquidity, or we're just gonna go for buy side liquidity from here on? So that is the question. Bone zone, wait, buy side. So yeah, that's the question, whether we're going for sell side again or we're going for buy side. So yeah, so yeah, that's a question. So I think that'll be it for me for today. I'm just gonna end the stream right here, since I was just going through teaching y'all the London kill zone or the London silver bullet, on how to trade the London silver bullet. So yeah, I think that will be it for me, and I hope y'all are having, don't forget to like the stream, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you're posted. You get the notification whenever I go online, I go live, or I post anything on the channel. Make sure you turn the notification on. And yeah, I think I'll just end the live stream here, and yeah, peace guys, peace.